phone over here so that the stream isn't picking us up. So just stand by 1 second. Okay.
It was an interesting moment for me at the time because I really wasn't seeking someone or anyone, I should say. I just hoped if I did meet someone that they would be a positive person to meet. Everything he was saying and doing was making me fall in love with him.
A lot of people quit going, that's just how it got to be. But she keeps on fighting and it takes a lot of guts. No justice, no peace!
You two are like two immature cartoon characters.
Objection. Where's any of this evidence of this?
Order!
I'm sanctioning you for $15,000.
I have a right to see my son.
This is all about a child. A poor boy born into a battle.
This is not justice. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No peace, no justice.
You're trying to have a judge removed.
I'll sanction her for thousands of dollars for coming to court.
How much money is Mr. K-Man, Mr. Gee paying you and your fellow judges to keep this woman away from her child?
Said I'm gonna survive, I gotta survive. Even with your lies, I'm gonna survive, gotta survive. Said I'm gonna survive, I gotta survive. Even with your lies, I'm gotta survive, gonna survive. Said I'm gonna survive, I'm gonna survive. Even with your lies.
This is the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show. Dr. Meleeka Clary is a clinical psychologist, actress, director, model, and human rights activist. On this program, Dr. Meleeka guides you toward a more fulfilling life through the power of positive psychology. And now, please welcome your host, Dr. Meleeka Clary.
Welcome to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show, powered by Sweet Recordings. As we go live, how you doing, people? I'm so glad God got me up this morning. Thank you, Jesus, for giving me another day to be able to say I love you to all my loved ones. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Always have to say thank you. It's been a rough week. I have to tell you guys. I mean, you know, I'm on this show and, you know, I'm all about positive psychology and things I go through in life. And I don't want to camouflage anything because I'm on here talking to you, but that doesn't mean I'm feeling the best. But I am getting through it because God has, you know, he's doing what he can do to make things better. You know, I still go through that family situation with my mom up and down. She's currently in the hospital, pneumonia, but we caught things. So we're just trying to get through everything with, you know, why she's getting this, and it's part of getting older, you know, of certain things that's happening. But she's stable, she's okay. We caught anything, so just to let you know that she's coherent and all that stuff. So prayers, still keep on praying. You know, I just, like I said, I'm selfish. I want to go, but I know. But I got to do everything I can to try to make life as good as it can be for her. And that's what I'm going through. So it's a little heavy today, but I'm here and this is what she would want me to do, what I like to do too. And I'm all about positive psychology, like I said. You know, we don't know what's going to happen every day. Today's something like the unexpected happens and then you get through it. So I just ask God to get me through it. And I'm asking God to get you through something too. So if you're going through anything, I hope God getting you through it. Or whatever you believe gets you through it, you know, with a positive attitude and with positive psychology. And what I mean by that is that, you know, we take it in and we try to be as peaceful as we can. And I think that is so important because these days we just don't know what comes our way. You know, we want to enjoy our life. And then we have our loved ones and we want to enjoy them too. Every day is counted, people, including me. Yes, so I'm going to try. But I do want to highlight some things. First of all, I do want to say thank you, fans. Oh, I love you because you love me. And I appreciate all of you. So thank you for all the prayers and support with my family and things for me and sharing my show and everything. Oh, and I see y'all. I see you. So thank you. And I gotta say it. Thank you. I mean, God is good all the time. So thank you for doing that for me and continue. As you notice, I have the drmeleekaclary.com. That website is you can keep on my IG. What is it? Yeah, IG, Instagram. I love this little travel thing here we got going on YouTube and Facebook, all that. So I'm just little changes. Something they really good, you know. So I appreciate all that. That's all new, and there's more new things. But I do want to highlight another thing that you know was coming up. is October. That's my October month, which is my birthday month. I don't celebrate just a day. I celebrate the whole month. And when I say I celebrate the whole month, it's because I know that my parents knew I was coming. So why not prep? Okay. And I try to do that. Some people, they say, well, one day's enough, but I think the whole month's good for me. I knew it was coming. I was going to have a good time, and they were going to have a good time because I was coming. So why not enjoy the month? And so many things been going on in my family. And I kind of want to step back a little bit, enjoy other things I want to do. And that means no to me. Okay. And if it's caregiving, it's caregiving, or it's going out of town, whatever I want to do, I try to do that in the month of October. It's part of my self-care. Okay. And so I'm just letting you know, I will be having reruns. Yes, I'm gonna pick some guests that I want you to hear from. Sometimes, I got over 100 and 28 or 31 segments. Yeah, time moves. So I kind of bring some things back so you can see and be like, wow, learn some things. I mean, I really do. I'm glad I can share those testimonies and challenges of other people. So I'm going to pick the month of October to do so. And we're going to see how well it goes, because sometimes I'm going to do that again. We got holidays and all these other things. So I just want to let y'all know, it's not that I don't want to do the show. It's the fact that I have other guests that's amazing testimonies and challenges that went through so many things, and I know it contributes to positive psychology, and I just have to share those moments with you. I really do. So that's another reason. So I told you, when you do things different, you act different, you feel different, get that energy, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna shine on other people too. So with that being said, we have amazing guests, and I'm gonna bring him on, and he's a comedian. He is amazing. I met this young fella at a comedy show. I seen him, and I want to say his name, Hulk the comedian, right? And it's just amazing, his name, and I could tell you why. I can tell you what, but I don't know what his reason why they call him, but he is amazing. And he was also with Eddie Griffin too. I think that they're family, they're cousins, so they're family. But he decided to, do my show. I asked him as a guest because, one thing I will say about this young man, he's true to his word. He support people like myself, and I support him and what he's doing. Because laughter is hard for people, but you know what? When you're real, you're just real. And when I got back in touch with him and everything calmed down and everything, he was real. And I like to bring real people on my show. And when I say real people, because they don't camouflage it, it's like, it is what it is, and I just love that. So I respect him so much for that. And he decided to be a guest on the Dr. Meleeka Clary show. So I really appreciate that. But, he does amazing things. And when I say, being a comedian is so hard to do. And I love it. I love it. I told you, and I keep on telling you that, laughter is therapeutic. Okay. I have to laugh because there's so much things going on in life, but they are still people too. And they go through so many things, and you just don't know. Now I know what he does, and he is so fun. He really is. And, but he's still a human being. And today I'm going to get to know that human being today. So I'm going to take a break, but when I come back, I'm going to bring our amazing guest on so we can go ahead and speak to him and get to know a little bit more about him besides his comedy. But we'll find out a little bit more about that too. So don't go nowhere, folks. We'll be right back with the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show, powered by Sweet Recordings, as we come live. Don't go nowhere, folks. We'll be right back.
Dr. Meleeka Clary is an award-winning director, actor, model, paralegal, clinical psychologist, and YouTuber who focuses on raising public awareness of judicial deception and the importance of mental health. Clary has won several accolades and awards for 3 corners of deception, including Best Human Rights Director and Best Female Director at the Toronto International Women's Film Festival. She joined HMWP Psychology Counseling in 2019 and has since been creating content for YouTube. Dr. Clary's work has been praised for its insights into the criminal mind, and she continues to be an outspoken advocate for justice.
Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show, powered by Sweet Recordings, as we come live. Ooh. Yes, welcome back. Thank you for coming back. All right. So, like I said, when we left for break, I have this amazing guest. Let me bring him on. Hope the comedian. Hello, handsome. How are you?
What's going on?
How you doing?
I'm all right. Just got back, just home, so I had to rush back home so I can, make sure I be here on time, man. So I'm glad.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Still praying for your mom.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I think you was going in and out. I don't know if it's a connection around, but I appreciate. I think I heard you give some care to my mom. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, we just don't know how things go. It's an up and down situation. So today was that wake up. So I had to bring her to the hospital, but she's in good hands with the doctors, and I've known them very well now. So God is good. He caught it before it got to bloodstream. So I will say that is what I pray for. So thank you. Now, Hope the comedian. Let me ask you some questions here. We are freezing here and there, so forgive me. This internet is out of my power, so I don't know. But let me ask you something. Before I go into how did you get the name and what made you come up with your name, I'm going to go ahead and ask you, because I know that you're a comedian and you are funny. You are funny. And I love your segments. You're great. Okay. But besides that, I know that you're funny. And my platform is about positive psychology. And I talk about the person. So who do you identify yourself as to you?
I'm just a regular young man, just trying to just stay positive and just motivate other people. A lot of people are going through a lot of stuff. I don't have the greatest past, so I use my comedy to reach out to other people. So my comedy is my pain. So just like when you came to the show, I talk about growing up. I talk about my grandparents. I just talk about just certain things that caused me a lot of pain, but I just make it funny because I'm grown now, and I try not to let those things hold me back. So that's why my shirts are, laugh it off, and I laugh with the Hulk. So my shirts and stuff like that are just meaningful towards me. So I just try to just be positive and show people that no matter what it is that you look like, or because I don't look like a comedian, as everybody know, I don't look like a comedian, but just to show people that just don't judge a book by its cover, by its cover, and just stay positive. Better days are coming. Try not to be down. I deal with a lot of stuff just like everybody else. So that's why I identify myself in. Just a young man.
So, young man motivating others, a motivator, a teacher, an educator. Yes, a realist, I would say, right? And that's great,
Pretty,
I know it's that internet catching words.
pretty sure you're about to find out some things that's gonna be real shocking. You're like, oh my God, I never would have guessed that. But that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty about just being a human being, just to come from a struggle and come from a certain place and make something positive out of it instead of using it for negativity and using it to harm others or talk down or make other people feel bad. So that's what I do. That's what I love so much about comedy. It's not the money. It's just meeting different people that I probably never would have met, or just people in general who I meet that I never would think would even like what I got to say or even want to listen to what I got to say. So, comedy's definitely changed a lot for me. Just in total mindset, Now, I always say, comedy doesn't need me. I need comedy.
That's right. I like that. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Well, let me ask you, and I know, and just by hearing what you're saying, and you sound like you have wisdom
and you've been through some things. Now I know we're going to get to some interesting things that you said. Have you ever had a challenge that you didn't know how you were going to get out of it? And how did you? Because as you know, my platform is about sharing is caring, but it's positive psychology, but it's also about leadership. And I say that because many people out there are followers before they realize they're leaders, and they need something. And if you can help somebody by sharing what you've been through, even that one, I know we have many, but that one that was like, wow, he got through that, I can get through that. I can get through this. Because that's what we're doing. For the average person, we need that. So if you don't mind, can you share that one challenge that you got through and explain how that happened?
The first time I was almost killed in high school. I was 17. I was almost killed in a car accident where I had laid down in the middle of the road for 3 hours by myself. The only reason why I didn't pass away right there in the middle of the road because it was cold outside. The doctors told me that if it would have been 10 degrees warmer, I would have bled to death right there in the middle of the road, but the cold saved me. I had swelling in my brain, blood in my brain. I didn't remember my mom. I didn't remember nobody. I couldn't do nothing for myself. I couldn't use the bathroom for myself. I pretty much was like a little kid all over again for a hot minute. And, you know, when I started to come to and I started to gain some things back, like I felt like I was changed. I felt like I was different. I felt like I wasn't going to be accepted because of the things that I had to do to get back some type of normalcy back in life. And when I made it through that, it was just like, okay, well, I'm here for a reason. I have a book that my mom made for me, and she called it my Bible. And they gave me 12 days to live. I was in ICU for 2 weeks, and they pretty much told my mom, like, between this gap, you know, he's gonna, you know, that's it. There ain't really nothing we can really do. He done had so much trauma to his brain. That's why I don't know if you can see, I have a nice split right here in the middle of my forehead. And that's like, when I first got to the hospital, they was like, you know, I can see your brain. That's what they told me. They was like, I can see your brain. And I was still awoke, you know, but I was in so much shock. I had so much adrenaline running through my body. You know, it was just like, they was like, you don't feel no pain because you got so much adrenaline going through your body. And I have no idea how I got in the middle of the road. I have no idea how I got to the hospital, like nothing. I just woke up and it was like, boom. All right, now what's going on? And I just used that to go through, you know, go through everyday life. That's not the first time I was almost killed. I almost been killed 3 times. But the first time was when I was in high school.
Oh my goodness.
So then I had like, I you know, we'll get into that in a minute with my childhood and stuff. But, that was probably the roughest time, that first time. That was almost.
That's very.
It's a little rough.
I have to, yeah.
Second time,
because, yeah.
And third time I was shot in the head.
Say what?
Yep.
You was shot in the head?
Yep. I got a nice little groove right here, up my head.
And you're here?
Yep. For a reason. Yep. A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Person I am today wasn't. I was a whole nother person, you know. Comedy. Comedy them saved me and probably saved a lot of other people. From the, you know, just the mental state that I had to go through and the mental stuff that I was going through. Like, it's like, I'm glad. I'm thankful for comedy. Like, I've always been a big fan of comedy. Comedy got me through a lot, like a lot. Even before I even knew I wanted to be a comedian.
Yeah. What? And I've lost words because we hear things, but we don't really know how it actually feels to be that person.
Right. Right.
And I'm going to ask you, and the challenges that you've had.
Like even now, like,
you know, I'm like,
a lot of people don't know, like, even in my comedy, so I have to think about what I'm gonna say. I forget a lot, even on stage in front of a couple thousand people. Like I forget, but I've learned I've trained myself to play it off so good to where you won't even notice. It just looks like a normal act. But like I'll tell a joke and when everybody laugh, I'll turn around because I literally forget what it is I'm thinking about or saying. But I like I said, I've trained myself to bounce back and how to get back to it. So I make it look like you won't even notice it unless I tell you.
Well, that's the luxury of, I want to say comedy, but also acting. You
Right.
know what I mean? You put the show on.
Oh yeah. So.
And you're quick on your feet.
Oh yeah. I spend a lot of hours in my garage by myself. A lot of hours in my garage training myself. So and it's working out and it has worked out. So, you know, I'm just riding this train as long as I can. You know, get as many.
It is a train.
You know, so.
Oh my goodness. You know what? I have words, and I'm at that moment that you have gave me a couple of shockers here, because sometimes you can imagine what one go through, but you can't imagine that you're a living testimony. And I'm sitting here talking to you like you didn't go through something. And
Right.
You went through something that was life-threatening, not just a cold or a virus. You have got shot. You've been left out, and you survived. And I got to take a commercial, and I got to go a little deeper with you, because there is someone, and many people go through things and they are lost in direction and they can't see themselves go where you went. They can't see beyond that. And you said key things like, I had to learn how to do this again, like a baby.
I had to learn. My first book I had to learn how to read was One Fish, Two Fish, Dr. Seuss, and I couldn't read it at all. That was the first book I had to learn how to read again.
That is so psychologically hurting mentally. And okay, I'm coming right back, because you upload it here, unload it, upload it, wherever it went. Okay. And I'm sitting here like, and I've spoke many people in my time, and I'm always going to be shocked what I hear, because they've been through something that I didn't go through.
Right.
And that's all I can say. I didn't go through. And on that note, we are going to take a brief commercial, and we will be right back with the amazing, handsome, hello, Hulk, the Hulk comedian. Don't go nowhere, folks. We'll be right back with the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show.
And I wanted to do the show, which I was asked to do so, but I had to do it my way. And my way is this. I want to know, who are you? I mean, I could tell you what I am. I'm a filmmaker, I'm an actress, I'm a mom, I'm a doctor. But who am I? Who do I identify myself as to myself? You have a lot of people walking around here and they don't know who they are. Mm-hmm. And that's what it's about. It's who are you? Because I interview celebrities, I interview doctors, lawyers, average folks. I mean, you could be a nurse, it doesn't matter. I'm going to interview, but I'm not just going to interview about you. I'm going to interview, who are you to you? Who do you identify yourself? Because believe it or not, that's a very interesting question. And a lot of times it's hard to answer.
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't understand that.
Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show. We're powered by Sweet Recordings. I am back, as you know. Before we went, it was, let me bring my guest back. Hope the comedian, come on back. Gotta bring him back. Oh my goodness, welcome back. Thank you. Okay, so I had to fan myself because I've gone through a moment.
Yeah, there you go.
So, and I'm like, hot. And I'm like, okay. I know I'm trying to be slick about it, but I think I'm not. So there you go, people. It's called hot, little hot. Okay.
Yeah,
all right. You know what? You've said so many things. I know. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, because I can never imagine. I don't want to imagine what one goes through, and I really don't. But when I hear such a wow, I say, wow. You know, can you? And it's a little different for me. Can you explain to me, when you had the challenge of being shot, how was that when you realized that you're not dead. You're still here. Is that a change for you of what was going on in your life that said wake up, or was these are all accidental things that's like wrong time, wrong place?
Honestly, being shot just made me, like, after that third time, it was just like I kind of just wanted more for myself. That's the best way I can put it. I wanted more for myself. The lifestyle that I was living, the way how I was living, something was bound to happen. That's why I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked that I got shot. It wasn't it wasn't like it was an accident. It was kind of one of those things that eventually is gonna happen. The thing is, am I gonna survive? That's the big question. Are you gonna survive? I just got to a point where I just got tired of getting in trouble. I got tired of people talking, saying, "Hey, I see you. I seen you fight this guy. I seen you fight this person. That guy right there. Oh yeah, if you say something to him, he'll do this and he'll do that." And I got tired of people talking about me that way. It's just like I don't want to be seen as that person. And I now just like, what can I do to change myself? And the big change came was when right before my great grandmother passed away at 99. She told me, before I pass away, I want to see you do something with yourself. And when she said that, it was like I put my boots on and I got to running. And even to this day, I talk to my grandmother before every show. Every show before I touch the stage, I walk away from everybody and I talk to my grandmother. I've had instances where I look out in the crowd and I feel like I seen my grandmother in the audience smiling and laughing at me. When that was the biggest turning point, was after I got shot, and it was just like, okay, I got to do this before my grandmother goes. Like, she has to see me do something. And right before she passed away, I got to tell her about my first big comedy show. And then she passed away that same week. So that was like, that was where the change came in at. I've dealt with a lot of childhood trauma as well. So I think that's where a lot of my acting out came from. The comedic side came from. It was really, my comedic side is really to hide the pain of what I'm really dealing with inside. So it's like I'm getting a natural high. I'm getting a natural medicine off of making other people laugh, because it makes me feel seen. It makes me feel heard. It makes me feel like people, see who I am and not just see this angry young man out here causing destruction in the world like everybody else. And, and it has changed me. I'm not gonna lie. It has changed me. You couldn't get me to do nothing crazy these days at all. It's just like, because I worked so hard for something. I always think about, what would my grandmother say? That's like the biggest thing. Before I even start doing things, what would my grandmother say? How would she feel? Even though she's not here, but she's here in my heart, always. I can feel it whenever I feel like thinking about something crazy. She get to tapping like, hey, relax. So that's what the biggest change.
So, wow, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. And you know what? Sometimes that motivation is a parent, a great, or auntie, or grandma, grandpa. And I'm glad, because it seems like you was in it. You was in it. You was in it. And and because I'm into, and I don't know how many years ago this was, but for the youth, because we know a lot of people and are going through with their young ones or immature adolescents, and they probably live in that lifestyle. What would you say to them? Because you've been there, and you've been there, and look, you're here telling something here, and sharing is caring, folks. And I know if somebody's parent is listening to you, they can translate to their young one. So what would you say to them?
I would say, hey, look at me. I don't look nothing like what you probably think I am. I get it. I don't look successful. I don't look nice. I don't look educated. but I'm very well educated. You can go to school, you know, even though these days school not really, school is not really like what a lot of places kind of like really deal with now, because it's kind of like school is kind of being like, I ain't gonna say pushed to the side, but you need school. You need some type of backup. You need some type of backup plan. Um, you know, just go for everything that you want. You can get everything you want in the most safest way, the way your parents are proud. They don't have to worry about you where you at night. They don't got to worry about you not coming home. They, you know, you can do you can get the tattoos. You can get the, you know, have the cars, or you can drink alcohol when you get older and do this third, but you can still be successful while doing it and not bother nobody. Bank account be full. You know, your wife, girlfriend, kids, everybody's cool. Everybody's clothes. You got shelter. Um, and I think that the way that a lot of the youth is looking at it, they see people that look like me out here in the world, and they see what they got, and they see them in the streets, and they like, hey, that's what I want. But it's like, it's going to lead to something way worse. And yeah, you might make it. Don't get me wrong. You might be and this is how I quote it. You might be a successful drug dealer, but eventually you're going to get caught, and all that money you made, you're going to be in jail. You're going to be behind them bars. And guess what? The same people that was cheering you on, had you going on, they're going to be out free, and they're not going to write you. They're not going to reach out to you. They might try to take your wife, take your girl, raise your kids. And there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. And you're playing a dangerous game. And the way now, people are chopping people down left and right. It don't matter whether it's daytime, nighttime, at funerals, at church, at gas stations, at the store. And the last thing you want is to be living that type of lifestyle, and the person or people who looking for you can't find you, and they find the closest person to you, which might be your grandmother, might be your mother, might be your kids. That's the world that we live in. So don't think that you're untouchable. Don't think that you're like nobody can't find you. You know, so, you know, just do the right. I always tell, you know, anybody I talk to, because a lot of the youth are attracted to me, and I know it's because of how I look. They're attracted by the look. So I use that as, okay, well, come here, let me tell you about me. Because they'll start talking crazy at first, and I'll be like, you know, I'm a comedian. They be like, for real? I'm like, yeah. And I show them, they be so amazed at like, oh man, you know, I'm funny too. But go for it. Go for it. You'll realize how much money, how much fun you'll have on that stage doing the same thing you do every day. The only difference is you're getting paid for it. And then people, you know, people will start grasping towards you. You'll build up a fan base. You'll build up people that, you know, like you. Your name will be in people's mouth in a positive way. You know, so that's how I reach out to the youth. I go back to DJJ every now and then, and I talk to the DJJ back here in my hometown, because I was in DJJ. My mom took me to DJJ and dropped me off and left me there. so it's, you know, okay. I know a lot about it. I like to, and I always like to talk to the young men, because it's hard for young men to express themselves. To them, it's like express themselves is like, oh no, that's what girls do. That's not, only women do that. It's all right to sit down with, you know, another man and express your feelings, and y'all have a heart to heart. It's all right to cry. It's all right to, you know, go through things. You're going to go through things. It's how you're going to handle those things. You know, we all human. You're going to cry. You're going to be hurt. So, you know, acting tough all the time, it's really not going to get you nowhere. When I was 13, you know, I went through a lot of child abuse. Me and my mother, I went through a lot of abuse. I had a very, very abusive childhood, and I almost committed my first murder at 13. At 13. So and the only reason, I ain't gonna try not to cry, because I always cry when I tell the story. The only reason why I didn't go through with it, because he didn't walk through the door. He didn't come home. He came home 30 minutes late. Only reason. 30 minutes is that's what saved him, and also saved myself from doing something that I know I would have regretted. And you know, I tell all the youth, I not tell even grown men, because the grown men act like the youth.
Yeah.
A split second decision would change your life forever. And you're gonna regret it, but it's gonna be too late. And I thank God every day that he didn't walk through that door, because I would have did something that I would have regretted. I would probably still be paying for it to this day, or if not, just getting out. You know, so I've been there. I've had those thoughts. You know, and people always say, you know, they try to hide what they say. They don't want to say certain things because they don't want people to judge them. It's like, no, like, I'm gonna tell you exactly how I feel, because I want you to understand that, like, I'm real. I'm a real human being. I feel emotions like everybody else. I don't care about about what I'm doing. I have emotions. I'm just like you are. I get angry just like you do.
That's right.
You know, I love talking to them. Any chance I get, I always talk to them. If parents ever reach out to me and want me to talk to them, I'll take their kids and we'll talk. And I don't sugarcoat nothing. I don't sugarcoat anything. So.
I'm so glad. Thank you. That, you know what? I'm so glad that you ain't sugarcoating nothing on the Dr. Meleeka Clary show. Bring it. Because
I'm just trying not to cry when I tell that story.
I know I'm holding it back. I'm quenching myself. You don't see me, and I'm like, every time you had me at startled, and I'm like and I'm trying, and every time I go like that, I'm just trying. That's me composing myself, because I have spoke to many youth, and you abbreviated. Now, are you talking about when you said abbreviate DJJ? What did you mean by that?
Well, but DJJ is just a juvenile detention center.
Juvenile detention center. I thought you meant that, but maybe other people don't know. And
well,
I have been
trying to, you know, different places be saying all kind of little abbreviated stuff. So but DJJ, the juvenile detention center.
Yes.
And I was in it.
Yep. Then you know what? With love, okay? Because when a parent does that, it's with love. They trying to save you. You know what I mean? So when you say that, it's like, I'm glad, because some of these kids out here, they hear that. It's like, nah, you're this. And I had to do a little bit of threatening to my own son. And I did. You mean he's not like that, but he was going a little different, you know, and I had to say, listen, I love you, but, you know, you don't do these things. And I had to say, at least it took a say.
It was so bad. It was so bad to the point to where all the police in my city knew who I was. They would literally come to mom's house and say, your son is the leader of this. Your son is doing this. We just can't catch him, but we know it's him. And it was. Wow. But I was a little slick, but I wasn't slick, you know, I wasn't slick enough all the time. But I mean, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Wow. And you know what? When you look back, and the thing about you said, there's you tell it you're real, you're very real to the core. I would say that. And by you sharing that, it's like, look, you could get the baddest somebody, but they telling you they weren't that bad. They were bad, you know, and this bad could change. There's no judging here. And I'm glad you're sharing this information, because you've been through it. But look at you. I mean, you wouldn't. And when you say that, I'm not educated, I'm not this, I would never even if, I don't know what that looks like. Because, you know, I don't know what not an educated, like, I don't know, because I came from being bullied and being a nerd and wearing glasses. And maybe they thought I was, but they called me something else. So I'm not sure what that looks like. But I know what looks like if you're, you know, tough. That may be a label that don't mess with me and push my buttons just to see. You didn't back down, but look what happened. things change for you and you're able to explain to other people, look, I did this way, but that wasn't always the right way. But God, you know what? I don't even know if God played the role in this, because I can't assume this for anybody, because that was my next question. And I wanted to ask you that before I go to commercial. Well, actually, when I get back, I'm going to ask that question, because I know that's something of a norm for me, but not everybody. But what I am going to say to you is that I am so glad God wasn't done. My God, your God, universe, whoever you want to call them, the feeling I feel inside, he didn't give up on you. He didn't give up on you. And that, to me, is when you here today sharing what you've been through. I need that. The world needs this. People, we need this. Share this, because we all need this. You see what I'm listening to? You hear this? Hope the comedian, no perfect person, still here, telling his story, sharing his caring. Wouldn't believe it unless we see it. You're seeing it live. So with that being said, we're going to be right back. We'll be right back with amazing, and I'm saying amazing. I say it again, amazing. Okay? Hope the comedian on the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show. Do not go nowhere, fam. We will be right.
Can you tell us about your show, the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show?
Okay, well, the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show on Bold and Brave TV, that is about identification of oneself. So it helps people to start talking and communicating how you feel, what's going on, but not just that. Because that's how depression happens. That's how anxiety happens. Because we're not talking anymore until something really happens. When I ask people about the identification of oneself, I start asking you, what about challenges in your life? Can you tell me, how did you get through it? Because we got many people out there that doesn't understand, like, okay, you're just like me. Well, let me tell you, you are. I don't care what color you are.
Right.
You're still human being, and you're still, you know, you go through challenges, but show me or explain to me, how did you get through it? And some people come with stories that's like, oh my goodness, I can't believe you went through it. But here's my viewers, you're just like me. And that helps other people to say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna attack this. I'm gonna stay in this life one day at a time. If that person can go through it and get through it, I can too.
Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show, powered by Sweet Recordings. We are still with the amazing Hope the comedian. Come on. Oh, goodness. Good wait, get back. Okay. I'm telling you, I mean, I'm just, you know, sometimes when you think you've been through it all, nope, not at all. Somebody else has been worse. And I'm glad you're a living testimony. You know, before we're on a break, I do have to get this because, like I said, many people are religious. I'm religious to a degree. When I say a degree, I believe in Jesus Christ, God, Holy Spirit. But that's my known because that's where I was raised. But I also learned that when I needed to call on him, I called on him, you know. But not everybody. Is there a religion mechanism that you utilize? And I noticed that you've been through stuff. And I don't know, what did you call on when you went through it?
Honestly, I grew up in the church. My grandmother was the mother of the church, so I was in church all the time. I sung in the church choir. I was lead singer in the church choir. I was a granddad's baby. Before I moved my mom and all the crazy stuff started, I used to live with my granddad and my grandmother. And my granddaddy wasn't really religious, but my grandmother was, and she had us in church all the time. And not only did she teach us about just church, I'm just now learning as an adult, this is maybe like 2 years in, I'm just now learning how to have a personal relationship with God. A lot of people don't know how to have a personal relationship with God. Yeah. They use the internet, they use other people, they go talk to their pastors, but they don't know how to go in the room by themselves and talk to God and have a conversation with God by himself. And that has helped me out more now, having a personal relationship with God to the point to where it's just like, anytime I'm going through something, and it might be weird when I say this, I always say that I'm thankful, because you don't question what the man upstairs, you know, has in store. We all have our own book. And I always put it to where the reason why a lot of people can't see the other side is because they're too busy trying to read other people's story instead of just flipping the page and reading about your own stories. You're still on page 1 and you're going through it. You're going through all kind of mess. You're struggling. You mentally, you drained all the time. You can't sleep. You can't eat. And sometimes you just got to keep reading and turn to page 2 and see what's on page 2, because page 2 might be where you need to go, but you so stuck on page 1, you refusing to go to page 2. So that's how I always look at everything. So even anything financially, health-wise, I just had another health scare this year to where I had to have a cardio version done, where they had to restart my heart. Scary, scary moment. And I'm going through it, and I'm thinking like the day I was getting it done, I'm thinking like, man, my heart not gonna restart. Today is the last day, and I went on a nice little long bike ride. I went to my favorite restaurant because I'm thinking negative. And then I thought about it, and I said, you know what? If this is what it's meant to be, then this is what it's meant to be. And if this is my time, this is my time. So I'd rather be thankful than to be sitting here being negative, because at the end of the day, we don't know when we're gonna go. And
right,
we don't go just because something's wrong with us. Some people just pass away in their sleep, but no reason at all. So I live every single day as is my last. And
last day.
As is my last, I wake up and I try to smile. I try to find everything to be thankful about. And I try to not to focus so much on the negative. I talk to God every single day. I read my Bible app every day. I read a page, and even when I'm bored, I read something. I don't put it off on a lot of other people. I don't have too many conversations with people about it. You know, everybody has their own belief, you know. So, hey, but that's why I go back to, you need to have your own personal relationship with God. So God is definitely in my life. He's definitely a big part of what I have going on. Everything that happened to me when I was younger and as an adult, it was already written. And I'm not going to question why. This is what you had in store. Everything that I went through probably made me who I am now. That's why I am the person that I am now. So why would I question why you had me go through the abuse? Why I had to get shot? Why I had to get in a car accident? Well, maybe that's just what was supposed to happen. So I'm not going to question you. I'm going to just be thankful. Thankful that I'm still here. Thankful that I'm still able to, talk to my mom. Thankful that I'm able to talk to my wife. 2018, me and my wife been trying to have a kid for the longest. I have everything I want. I always wanted a kid. 2018, me and my wife finally got pregnant, and a couple months in, they had to cut it out. That's what my head tattoo is for. And it's just like, I have so many reasons to crash out. But I refuse to. I'm not going to let anything overpower me, because the man upstairs, he rules everything. He is everything. So I can be bitter. I can be angry at the world. I can be angry at people. I can treat people nasty because of something that I went through. But no, this is what's supposed to happen. And that's how I got to look at everything. It's a lot.
Wow, it is a lot. And I have to tell you, it's a lot. And you're still trying to stay as positive and live this day, this life. Lifing's been lifing.
Life, I say that all the time. Life be lifing.
Life would be lifing. Okay. Life would be lifing. That's all I can say. I said that earlier today. I said, back to the hospital, life be lifing. I said, and sometimes you just have to be like, okay. I do my prayers, and I have a relationship. I think I'm on those knees every day, and I do my prayers 3-4 times with children and Bible study. I got all generations of kids, 17, 31, 26, and I have Bible study with them every 2 weeks because they got life and they doing whatever, and
right,
because I need something more than a human flesh. And like you said, everybody has their own story and an interpretation, and I need to have an interpretation and a feeling, not what I can see, what I can feel, that warm side to say, okay, you holding me right now. Okay. And because this human person can't do it. And I wish he could, but he can't because he got his own thing going. So I need you, you know what I mean? So I'm glad that, you know, God he's still working.
As I always,
it's still working
all the time. If he called, if today was my last, I'm just thankful that I had a good run. I say that all the time. And a lot of people, you know, I tell people all the time, we don't want to go. You don't know when you're gonna go. So just enjoy it. Just enjoy.
Yeah. And I say that. Enjoy the bad. Because you know what? It's gonna happen. That's why I love my platform, because I try to explain to people, please just stay in it one more day. Because if you cut it short, you're gonna go anyway.
Oh, anyway, yeah.
Just wait one more day. I promise it'll get better. I promise you get better. As you hear from you live in testimony here, okay? It will get better.
My grandmother used to tell me all the time, if you can put all that energy into being so negative, just imagine what you would do in this world if you put it into being positive. She said, look how much that it takes more energy to be negative than it takes to be positive. She said you'll drain yourself. That you'll mess your life up. You'll mess yourself up mentally, physically, just all over. You'll mess up people that's around you being so. But if you do positive, if you think positive, so much will change. And at first I never used to want to listen to it because I had my own thing going on. But when I really just opened my ears and listened, and I kept my mouth shut, and I did exactly what I was supposed to do, everything worked out. Everything worked out. Everything worked out. I'm traveling the world, enjoying myself.
You know, and I see it. It's like a shine. You know, the light.
Never would have thought that I would be doing what I'm doing now. You know, being on the platform, people knowing who I am, or, you know, my mom, the way my mom talks about me, you know, my mom, you know, hear my mom telling me she's proud of me. My mom didn't tell me she was proud of me until I was an adult. My first time ever hearing my mom say she's proud of me was when I was an adult. And it's just like, dang, man, like wow, this is what this feels like. Yeah. This is what it feels like being seen, heard, wanted, thought of. It's a great, you know,
it's a wonderful feeling. And to see you change, that transition as a parent, that is a blessing.
Yeah.
And I mean it. There's times I stay on them knees for my kids. and I've been through some things, but
my mama say, what's wrong with it? I don't know, give him to the Lord. He's in the Lord's hand. I can't. My mama used to say, yeah. Lord, he's in the Lord's hand.
Heard that. I said that. Let Jesus take it. You better be praying.
Can't do nothing with it. I can't do nothing with it. I tried everything. So yeah, it's been a rough. Over half of my life has been me spent being negative. These past maybe six and a half years have been nothing but just positive, just mind blowing. It's crazy how much things can change in a year.
Yes,
that's
right.
My life changed in 5 months. 5 months of being part of my life totally changed. Totally changed.
I love it. I love it. I love it. That sounds like joy.
Yeah, most definitely.
People looking for it. Sometimes that's it.
Driveway, and I just don't even get out the car, and I just look at my house, and I just look at my grass, and just be like,
"There you go." That's right.
You know, so proud of myself. Definitely proud of myself.
Yep, there you go. And I'm proud of you too, because I'm telling you, it's amazing. Yeah. Thank you. And I, you know what? It's always so short. These segments so short, especially when I'm like, oh man, I'm losing time here. How do we support you? I have to get that out of it. The people got to find you. Google, I know you already see it. Hope, the comedian. I know you could Google him because I have. So give me your website, anything that people, what are you doing? They could support you.
Right now I'm just doing all social media platforms at Hope the Comedian. I use everything. Hope the Comedian. I keep it pretty simple. I try not to switch up too much. You can find me on all platforms. Anything at Hope the Comedian. I'm posting daily. My posts are random. Whatever comes to mind, I post. But you know, I'm always putting out something positive. I'm always sharing history. I'm always sharing, you know, positive things that need to be put out in the world that they're trying to erase from our history books. So you're going to see a lot of that. And just in general. And I reach back to as many people as I can. If you reach out to me and you need to talk or know something, or if any advice, at Hope the Comedian, and just hey, whoop, whoop, I try my best to get back to you as quick as I can.
Oh, I love that. I love it. Did you hear that? I love it, people. Okay, sharing is caring. And I love that. And anything you want to follow the social media, you find him where he's touring or anywhere, you can see him. You got to see him. He is very, very funny. It's very funny. I'm going to tell you. I'm telling you, it's very funny. And I love this segment. I enjoyed him. And I enjoyed so much. I was like, he needs to be on my show. Okay.
And even speaking on that, you know, even when you told me that day, it was just like, I tell people all the time, they'll be like, hey, you know, do you mind doing this? I say, hey, just let me know and reach out. I promise you, like, you reach out, I'm not going to just ghost you, even if it's a couple months down the road. And I think it was probably like,
yes, it was
2 months down the road. And I'm like, yep, just let me know date and time. And we'll
That's right. You're right.
We are.
Very true.
You know, it's all about us supporting each other. And it's, you know,
that's what I love.
It's all about us supporting each other because I never know one day I might see you somewhere and be like, hey, or one day you might
see right.
Hey, and I'm like, hey, well, come on, you know. So, you know,
I love it. That is, you know what, and that's the respect I get from you, and I love that with artists. And you brought that like comfort. I was like, yeah, Now, you know, I told you a story. We won't say nothing about that story, but I did tell you one. yeah. There's some other people. You know who you are, but this one ain't that. Yeah. So, and that's what I love that because I'm always supporting people. And when I do that, that's me. I love supporting people, but I always say, support what I'm doing. I'm pro bono doing what I'm doing. This is for people, for myself too, because I voice my opinion as well. Freedom of speech, that's what it's called, right?
And speaking on freedom of speech, I always...
Oh, we don't want to go there.
Freedom of speech, just to go to show you how us supporting each other, and I'm gonna talk about this coming up on our next show, goes to bring up the Jimmy Kimmel, just goes to show you when we all come together as one, no matter whether you're white, black, whatever, when we come together, that just goes to show you the power that we all really have.
That's right.
As one.
That's right. That's right. And I love that you said that because freedom of speech is important. But remember, we do that with love too.
Yeah.
Compassion as well. And that's so important. But freedom of speech is important because if you're trying to silence us, you know, we have rights. You know, I'm a human rights activist. We have rights.
Come together, we start messing with that money. Everybody get
something. Okay. Yes, that's people's motivation. But we got to come together because what something is happening to one another could happen to you too. And you need that voice. And God gave you a voice for a reason. Use it. As we are using it on the Dr. Meleeka Clary show. Oh my gosh. Hope the comedian. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you for being a guest of my show. It was wonderful. Life-changing.
Thank you. I enjoyed
and
this.
I have
to
say thank you so much. But I will be sharing everything because so thank you again. And as you know, oh my goodness, you're welcome, my dear. Thank you. As you know how to reach the doctor, we have ran out of time. Oh my goodness. Oh, ran out of time, folks. That was such a blessing to have Hope the comedian. Okay. He is amazing. And the testimonies and challenges, I hope you are listening. Like I said, you are going to see more of me playing other segments because I told you he's an amazing guest. And I'm so glad that he shared what he's been through. And I hope you get something out of this. And share this with your young ones because some young ones need to hear it. Okay? He's been there, done that. Okay? Life is not done, but life is lifing. So with that being said, people, thank you for tuning into Dr. Meleeka Clary Show. And you already know I'm everywhere. You can Google me. And thank you for all the support. And make up. Bless you. And if no one today, I love you. I don't know you, but I love you more. Try to deal with it in a positive attitude. Think positive, people. Think positive. I love you. Enjoy the rest of the day and the weekend to come. God bless you, and may you all just have a relationship with some peace and positivity, even if you don't believe in God or just that positivity. Just have that and enjoy the rest of the day. May God bless you. Take care.